Okay, hello, everybody. I'm just about to go to sleep, but I did do a meditation and it was great. So I think I may have figured this out. The great thing about being in the meditative state is that, if nothing else, you get into a very relaxed state and then your brain starts consolidating and putting the facts together. And then you combine that with being an empathetic person. And something like heart-centered meditation, where you put yourself in the shoes of the other person, combine those things, the brain consolidating, sensing or feeling other people, being open as this process is taking place, makes for a very powerful meditation. Okay, so Robert Mueller, he was the subject of tonight's meditation. And here is what I'm hearing him say. He's saying, there's a couple of things I saw. I threw cards earlier tonight, and I saw that the Mueller report will be released probably in its entirety to people who are who are high security, people like Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, etc. The Gang of Eight is usually 4 Republicans and 4 Democrats from the House and Senate that are part of the higher intelligence. So what I saw was that there was disappointment and acceptance from Nancy Pelosi. There was some disappointment that they could not get the president on collusion. So there's a feeling when the Mueller report comes out of disappointment. Just be prepared for that, everybody. Even though there'll be some juicy tidbits, there's a couple of things that are going to happen after the Mueller report comes out. One thing that you're going to see a lot of is the comedians are going to have a lot of fun, because there are certain things that are going to leak from the Mueller report that are, I don't know what it is, but comedians, SNL, everybody is just going to go crazy on some of the stuff that's in the report. I saw that, but I also saw that there was a little bit of disappointment on the part of Nancy Pelosi and others in the Democratic Party, and because we're not going to be able to get the president on collusion based on the evidence. However, when I did the meditation tonight on Robert Mueller, who's like no one whose energy I've ever been in. It's like he has no id, you know. He just wants the facts. So what he basically said energetically, what I sensed from him, was that he could not. He knew, and Trump knew what he had done. You know, Flynn went before the judge, and the judge said, "Why aren't we charging you with treason?" It's open knowledge at this point that certain people colluded, and but it's very difficult to prove, and it's very difficult to get conviction. Synergism, what was the word? A synergistic relationship between the campaign and the Russians, I think, is what Mueller had stated in some of the Manafort papers. But anyway, so what Mueller has decided to do, because he could not get him on collusion, he was not able to establish collusion, even though it was fairly obvious that collusion had taken place. So what Mueller did was he instead followed the money, which proves collusion. It proves that that he got him on laundering. But here's the thing that people should know. All of the evidence that showed dirty Russian money, money overseas, sales, etc., that all went to other investigations and is not going to be part of the report. So everybody's going to get disappointed and say no collusion, no collusion. But the last laugh is when Mueller sicks the IRS, sicks the investigators all on Trump for all this hidden money, all this bribery, all of this illegal Russian money laundering that he was a part of. So, in that sense, Mueller will be able to get him on collusion in the sense that Mueller will be able to get him on money laundering, and in that way, Mueller will be able to get his man. It's interesting, when I meditate on Mueller, he always tells me that he wants a full confession, that's what he's going for. I had done a meditation a couple weeks ago where I had sensed that Robert Mueller wanted the president to be indicted, and yet none of that's coming out in the Mueller report. So then I think, well, gosh, then you become insecure and you think, well, did I screw this up, or did I mess up? I mean, am I delusional? Am I crazy? It's a crazy thing to meditate and do this channel. But anyway, but I think I'm going to be right. I think that what we're looking at here is that Mueller is going to get him in the only way he could, and that is tax evasion, money laundering, RICO, like going after, and I think that a lot of properties are gonna wind up going under. That's my prediction. Be prepared for funny little tidbits, things that are going to make people laugh from the Mueller report, things that are going to make people angry, and don't worry, because Mueller found another way to convict him. Whether or not he takes a deal, or whether or not some other team argues that they have a right to indict the president, that I don't know. But I can tell you where the case is headed, and it's headed straight for the money, and it's still ongoing. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.